Good evening, everyone, and a hearty welcome to everyone to Aurora online classes. Dear students, once I am back, and I am back with a new lesson for you, that is the 100 Dresses Part 2. Today I will proceed with the lesson The 100 Dresses Part 2 by El Basho Esther. Dear students, in my previous class I taught you about the rare talent of Wanda for drawing and coloring. I taught you about the exceptional skills of Wanda for coloring and drawing, and everybody appreciated her. She was appreciated by the judges as well as the fellow classmates for her excellent drawing, and she was declared the winner for the girls' medal. Wanda was not able to adjust herself in such an atmosphere which was not conducive for her. But she doesn't have any ill will, bad feelings for anyone. She rises above such petty considerations such as jealousy, hatred, enmity. She didn't have any ill will, she didn't have any bad feeling for anyone of her classmates. She still loves her school, she still loves her classmates. Now let's begin with the second lesson. I mean the second part, that is the 100 Dresses Part 2. Actually, let's begin with the detailed explanation of part 2, and the first point is a letter from Wanda's father. Miss Mason received a note from principal's office. She read it several times. She studied it thoughtfully. Then she read the letter to the class. Wanda's father clearly made it clear that both his children, Wanda and Jake, would not come to their previous school anymore. They would not be insulted for having their funny names anymore in the new big city as they faced it in their previous school. Constant teasing and making fun of Wanda for having a funny name troubled her. Being discriminated in this way on the basis of color and name led him to go to a big city. Actually, Miss Mason received a letter from principal's office, and this letter was from Wanda's father. Miss Mason, who was a very caring, loving and concerned, mature and intelligent class teacher. She received a letter from principal's office, and this letter was from Wanda's father. And Wanda's father made it very clear in that letter that he had to withdraw his children, Wanda as well as Jake, from this school. Just because of the discrimination made in the way, just because of the discrimination for having such funny names. Means it was a clear indication that the students of the previous school used to make fun of Wanda's funny name. They used to tease her. And being discriminated by the students of this class, by the students of this school, he was compelled to withdraw both his children, Wanda as well as Jake, from this school. This letter was quite shocking to everyone. Miss Mason read out before she could disclose it to the rest of the students. She studied this letter thoughtfully, and then she read this letter to the class. So it was clear that Wanda was discriminated on the basis of color and name, and this led his father to take such a decision to withdraw his children from this school and to move to a big city where nobody would make fun of his children. Point number 2, deep silence in the class. The letter had an immediate effect on each of the students of the class. A deep silence, a khamoshi, a deep silence prevailed in the class, and Miss Mason spoke in a low voice. This shows that Miss Mason was also very sad and upset to know the contents of the letter. She wished that none of the boys and girls of room number 13 would purposely and deliberately hurt anyone for having a long and unfamiliar name. She said what was said in thoughtlessness, and it was very unfortunate. Means Miss Mason made it clear to the class while after reading out this letter that it was very unfortunate and sad that Wanda had to suffer, or Wanda had to suffer silently, or Wanda had to suffer, had to face such a situation. So it is clear from Miss Mason's statement that she was not happy at all. Now point number 3, Maddie had sick feelings. Maddie was totally sad and disturbed when she came to know about the reaction of Wanda's father. Maddie also got very upset. She got disturbed after listening to the letter from Wanda's father. In that way, she could not put her mind on work. She could not concentrate her mind on studies. And now she had a sick feeling. She had a sick feeling means she got disturbed. And she cursed herself. She started cursing herself. She started coaxing herself. अपने आप को कोसने लगी, कर्स कर. She started cursing herself. And she cursed herself for being silent and not opposing Peggy for making fun of Wanda. She cursed herself for being silent and not opposing Peggy for teasing Wanda. Maddie thought that she was nothing less than a coward. So she decided to find Wanda. And she had thought that Wanda hadn't left her house yet. And even Peggy had the same idea. So both Maddie and Peggy they planned to visit Wanda's house at Boggins Height. They were feeling guilty of themselves. They realized their mistakes. They were not feeling uncomfortable. They realized that Wanda was a good girl. And they realized how wrong they were at making fun of Wanda. Point number 4. So they planned to visit Wanda's house at Boggins' house. Point number 4. Peggy and Maddie visited Wanda's house. The two girls set out. They started for Boggins Height. Boggins Height is the place where Wanda lived with her family. So Peggy felt that she never called Wanda a foreigner. Peggy felt that she never called Wanda a foreigner. She also felt that she never made fun of her name. So Peggy felt two things. At first she felt that she never called Wanda a foreigner. Number two, she felt that, Peggy felt that she had never made fun of Wanda's name. Number three, she was sorry for her behavior and she praised Wanda's drawing skills. She praised that Wanda was better than others at drawing. At last, both Maddie and Peggy reached Wanda's house. At last, they reached Wanda's house, and Wanda's house was a little house. Wanda's house was a little house with a shabby but clean courtyard. They knocked on the door, but they got no answer. They tried once again. Even though they tried once again, they went backward and knocked at the door, even though they could not get any answer. Nobody was there. So they came to know and they came to conclusion that the Petronskis means the Petronsky family. The Petronskis had left this house forever. They had gone. Peggy said that if she had not asked Wanda about all her dresses, she would have no ideas for drawings. Now Peggy had some excuses. Peggy was helpless. Peggy was guilt-ridden. She was feeling guilty of what she has done with Wanda. She was helpless now. But she had some excuses too. She had some excuses that if Peggy had not asked Wanda about her dresses, about her pairs of shoes, she would not have won the contest. Means her questioning gave good ideas to Wanda for winning the contest. Peggy was of the opinion if she had not asked questions about her dresses, Wanda would not have got good ideas for winning the contest. Wanda would not have good ideas, good thoughts for making excellent designs for 100 dresses. This is what Peggy thought. This is her excuse. She was helpless. It means that her questioning gave. It means that Peggy's questioning about her dresses several times gave Wanda some thoughts, some ideas for making excellent designs or drawings for 100 dresses. Point number 5. Maddie resolves. Maddie takes a decision. Maddie was shocked and shaken. She was sad and depressed. She was really feeling guilty of her behavior. So Maddie thought about Wanda blue dress, about her little house, and then she took a decision. And she took a decision that she was not going to stand by and say nothing again. She took a decision that she would never forgive anyone insulting others. She would never forgive anyone insulting others just because of their funny names or just because of their funny looks. She took a decision. And she took a firm decision that from now onwards she would never forgive anyone insulting others just because of their names, just because of their funny names or their funny face. She would stand by, she would oppose it, and she took such a decision that she would oppose injustice even at the cost of losing her friendship. Means if she has to lose Peggy's friendship, she will not hesitate to lose it. She will not hesitate to break her friendship with Peggy. But now onwards, she would not forgive anyone insulting others just due to his or her funny names, or just due to or owing to his or her funny face. So she was feeling sorry for Wanda. Point number 6, Peggy and Maddie write a letter to Wanda. They came back, they were disappointed, they came back home, and then they decided to write a letter to Wanda, feeling sorry for it, asking for apology, क्षमा मांगते हुए. And this was a friendly letter. So both of them, both Maddie and Peggy, wrote a letter to Wanda appreciating her drawing, praising her drawing, that her drawing was very good and everybody liked it, everybody appreciated it. It was just a friendly letter. So they decided to write a letter to Wanda. They wrote how pretty her drawing was. In that letter, they asked her, they wrote a letter, and in that letter they asked her if she liked her new place, if she liked her new teacher, and they wanted to feel sorry. But they ended up with writing just a friendly letter. So it was a friendly letter in which they appreciated Wanda's drawings. And they also asked Wanda through this letter about her new teacher, about her new place, about her new classmates. Point number 7, letter from Wanda's Petronsky. One more letter. We are having 2 letters. At first, there was a letter from Wanda's father to Miss Mason, which she got from the principal's office. Now we have Petronsky. Now Wanda herself wrote a letter. And this happened on the last day of the school. Listen to me. On the last day of school before Christmas holidays in the month of December. On the last day of school before Christmas holidays, Miss Mason received a letter. And it was a letter from Wanda. Earlier she got a letter, but that letter was from Wanda's father. And on the last day of school, before Christmas, Miss Mason once again got a letter from Wanda herself. So she got a letter from Wanda this time round, not from Wanda's father. And she read this letter to the rest of the class. She read this letter to the class. So this was on the last day of school before Christmas holidays. Wanda wished that the girls of room 13 could keep those 100 dresses with them. In that letter, Wanda had written that the girls of room 13 must keep the excellent designs of 100 dresses with them. They can keep those 100 dresses. They can keep those 100 drawings of 100 dresses with them. She allowed the students of room number 13 to take those drawings with them. Number 1. Number 2, Wanda had mentioned in her letter. And what did she mention? She had mentioned that she would like Peggy to have the drawing of green. Listen, very important point. Wanda had mentioned in her letter to Miss Manson that she wanted, or she would like Peggy to have the drawing of the green dress and Maddie to have the drawing of the blue dress. There were two dresses. There were two drawings of two dresses in the drawing and coloring contest. One was the drawing, there were 100, and out of 100 there were two, especially there were two dresses drawings designed for Peggy and Maddie. The green design or drawing of dress was meant for Peggy, while the blue drawing of the dress was meant for Maddie. And she clearly mentioned that she wanted Peggy to have the drawing of the green dress and Maddie to have the drawing of the blue dress. She mentioned it. Apart from this, what did she mention? Apart from this, she wrote that she missed the school a lot. She missed her classmates a lot. She missed the classmate of room number 13 a lot. And at last she wrote that her new teacher didn't equalize Miss Manson. Means her new teacher. So Wanda mentioned clearly in her letter about expressing her sincere love, honor and respect to Miss Mason, that she is matchless. Her new teacher is not like Miss Mason. Point number 8, and this could be the last point of this story. Wanda liked Peggy and Maddie. Now, Peggy as well as Maddie had changed their opinion about Wanda. There was a transformation in Peggy's and Maddie's attitude about Wanda. Now Peggy told Maddie that Wanda actually liked them. She replied that there later was no ill feeling among them. What does it mean? It means that Peggy said that it is clear from Wanda's letter that she had no ill feeling for them. Everything was all right. Maddie felt sad, and why did she feel sad? She was guilt-ridden. She felt sad, Maddie felt sad because they would never be able to see this little Polish girl Wanda again. Maddie went home and she took the drawing of blue dress made by Wanda. So she went home with the drawing of blue dress made by Wanda to her home. And there she pinned the drawing. Maddie pinned the drawing of her blue dress on the wallpaper. And then her eyes were filled with the tears. Tears blurred her eyes. She got emotional. And she intently found that the face and head of the drawing of the blue dress looked like her. Means in the drawing of the blue dress, the face and head of Maddie was there. Means the drawing of the blue dress had the face and head of Maddie. So she got very excited and she ran over to Peggy and told her, Peggy, show me your picture, show me your drawing. Wanda had drawn the design of green dress for you. So please show me it. And when Peggy showed it to Maddie, Maddie showed Peggy that this green, the design of green dress is having the face and head of yours. Means the design of green dress made by Wanda for you is having the face and head of yours. Means this green dress had the face and head of yours. And then both of them felt very emotional, and Peggy replied that Wanda must have really liked them. So it is clear that Wanda had no ill feelings for anyone. She still missed her previous school. She still missed her classmates. She still missed her class teacher, Miss Mason. She had risen above such petty considerations, such small and unimportant thoughts like hatred, like jealousy. She was not jealous of anyone else. She didn't have the sense of hatred for anyone else. She did not hate anyone else. She was not jealous of anyone else. She was really a very good girl. She was good from within, and she had the exceptional talent of drawing and coloring. She was bestowed upon such an exceptional skill, which made her unique, which made her different from others. Dear students, this is the end of this lesson. I have given you the detailed explanation, and I would suggest you to go through the book. If you go through the book regularly, and if you do it timely, I am pretty sure about you that you will definitely understand each and everything taught by us. Thank you very much. I hope everything is clear to you. That's all for today.